شهر رمضان الذي أنزل فيه القرآن هدى للناس وبينات من الهدى والفرقان.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah. Welcome here during this month of Ramadan, the month of barakah and blessing, and we are here to remind you of a very important pillar of Al-Islam, and that is Zakah. We all know that we have to establish the Shahada that makes us Muslim. We have to pray the 5 daily salahs, and hopefully we do our sunnahs as well. And we're now in a month of Ramadan, which is a month of fasting. Ironically, for most Muslims, that is the normal step of things. So we have the Shahada, we have prayer, and we have fasting. But interestingly enough, what actually becomes before fasting in terms of ahamiyya, in terms of importance, is the praying of the zakah. Many verses of the Quran, Allah mentions وَأَقِيمُوا الصَّلَاةَ وَآتُوا الزَّكَاةَ, and pray the salah and give the zakah. And many narrations which highlights that the salah and the zakah are intrinsically attached. Salah is the act of worship on the limbs, whereas the zakah is the act of worship on your mal. And with these two things, يَسْتَقِيمُ الْحَيَاةِ. These two things, life is established. The worship and the servitude and the submission of your body and your person for Allah's sake, and the submission of your wealth, your income, and for Allah's sake. These two things come together, completes the Muslim, and allows them to complete their deen and elevate themselves in hereafter. To the point whereby Abu Bakr as-Siddiq radiyallahu anhu went to war against those who refused to pay the zakah, and it was referred to as the event of the murtadin, or the ridda, or the apostates. Such a high degree of importance is given to zakah, to the point whereby the Khalifa of the Muslimin, the first Khalifa of the Muslimin, went to war with those who refused to pay the zakah. Now it's not surprising that many Muslims choose to pay the zakah during the month of Ramadan. Now you're supposed to pay your zakah once you've reached that minimum level of paying the zakah, and then a year pass on that date. So you don't choose Ramadan to pay the zakah on that date. You don't choose Ramadan to pay your zakah. You should pay your zakah when the zakah is due. But as it is something which people still do during the month of Ramadan, it's important for you to understand the importance of doing so, and doing so at the right time. If Ramadan is the right time for you to pay the zakah, then by all means pay the zakah on that time. Whereas if Ramadan is not the right time, or you are unaware of whether Ramadan is the right time or when you should pay the zakah, then you should definitely look back into your history, your finances, and find out when was the time when you had the minimum amount of money or wealth that was zakah, you had to pay zakah on. And approximately the approximate price right now is about £4,000. The price of gold has gone up some degree, so it's about £3,500 to £4,000. Look when the last time you had that as your minimum amount, and then anything above that, if you maintain that then for a year, then you pay the zakah. And there's a great number of virtue in paying the zakah. Sometimes people think to themselves, surely the zakah is not enough to feed the needs of the poor. But if you actually start doing the maths, you will realize quickly that if you, for example, you have £20,000, £100,000, £1 million, £10 million, whatever your net worth is in terms of value. Not net worth in terms of you don't include property, not just to your money, your gold, your silver, and your pounds, that kind of stuff. Then you quickly see that the amount of money that is zakawi, that you pay zakat on, is huge. So this is as a figure here. If you had, for example, hopefully I'll give you this in one day, inshallah. If you had £6 million in zakah, £250,000 you were paying in zakah. Or so if you had £6 million in pounds, you would have £250,000 of that you were paying in zakah. So zakah is a huge amount, and it's to be given to the fuqara and the masakin, those who are poor, and other people who Allah mentioned in the Quran. Allah mentioned 8 people that should pay the zakah. But to conclude, the month of Ramadan is a month of bringing yourself closer to Allah. And if you choose to pay a zakah during the month of Ramadan, although your zakah is due maybe after Ramadan, then estimate what your wealth will be, or your money will be at the time when zakah is given, and give the zakah according to your estimate. as long as that when that time comes, if you have more money than you estimated, then you make up the difference in zakah. Please make dua for the Muslimin. Make sure you try your best to make the most of this Ramadan with acts of worship, salah and qiyam. Make sure you maintain the fast as much as possible and be good to the Muslims around you, especially those who are new to Islam, those who don't have family that support them. Don't forget them during this month of Ramadan. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah.